Really quick, before we get into the video, we have a last second sponsor. The links to everything I'll be talking about, including the bike parts and this sponsor, will be linked in the description below. Now, a lot of online businesses will fail. Hopefully not this one. I'm talking over 90% fail. And if that wasn't bad enough, most of them fail on day one. The main reason for this is they don't build their business around existing demand. Get free access to their top 5 tips below. Normal access costs just under $300 at $297. The fee is waived. Access is completely free for a limited time. So go check them out along with all the other bike parts I'm going to be talking about in today's video if they sound interesting to you. Anyway, let's continue. So as you guys know, I was fortunate enough to have Sunday and Odyssey, aka Full Factory. And if you're not familiar with Full Factory, that's a distribution for Sunday, Odyssey, G-Sport, Faraday, and now BSD. Full Factory was kind enough to hook me up with a bike, and I requested a complete Sunday and Odyssey. Now, I sent them all the parts that I wanted for a complete custom, full build. And they came back with some suggestions, some different geometry, some different parts that fit my riding style. So it was kind of a combined effort between me, Full Factory, and then my favorite bike shop that I was having the bike sent to because they were going to build it for me. So it was a combined effort between everybody to build the perfect bike as what the plan was. A lot of these parts I haven't rode before, the geometry is new to me, and so in this video we're going to dive deep into the bike that they sent me, and so I can tell you guys what I like, what I don't like, what I'm glad I changed, all the specs and the reasons why I picked those specs, so maybe you can take something away from this, implement these concepts into your own builds, your own bikes, and maybe you'll have a different geometry and that'll just click with you, that'll feel much better, be more proud of your bike, you'll feel more comfortable on it, and you'll achieve more. So hopefully you guys take something away from this. Anyway, if you are new to the channel, my name is Greyson Roberts. I make videos talking about this. I have the bike roast series, vlogs, how-tos, everything you need, so hit that subscribe and notification bell. Also hit that like button if this helps you so I know to make more of these types of videos. And also, links in the description. Go pick up your Icon Bar Spin merch, or just any merch as a matter of fact. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So actually today what I wanted to do was Instagram followers decide my session, but it decided, as you can tell, I'm like all cozy, like I haven't even done my hair, that's why I'm wearing a hat. And it's really, it's raining outside, so I couldn't make that video, so we're gonna make this. And hope you guys take something away from this. So I've got a picture right here. I'll either plug in screenshots or I'll just throw in pictures of the bike. But so this is about a $2,000 bike, and when I was building this, starting with the main part, the frame, I was like, I want the Discovery frame, the entry-level frame. It's the cheapest, it's got the coolest colors, and they said, hell no, you're not riding that, you're riding the top of the line, you're riding the Soundwave, that you're just gonna get the best of the best, you're getting hooked up, just do it all right. So I was like, okay, so I ended up getting everything top of the line. Thank you so much, Full Factory, for this, and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion / review / this is gonna be a bike check, but really in depth. So anyway, starting up top, in this picture, I have the Gary Young Sunday worn-in grips. They're brand new. I've never rode them before. This actually didn't come on the bike. What came on the bike was the Odyssey Brock Rayfords. Favorite grips. I don't like these worn-in grips at all. I'm definitely going back to the Brock Rayfords. The only good thing about it is it kind of, it matches the color, but you guys know I like the pop out the frame color and then have everything else blacked out. Just trying it out. Don't really like it. Not my favorite. They're really skinny. They're really hard. So whenever they get sweaty, it's obviously solid and you don't have much grip. So like, let's say that the Brock Rayfords are this thick. These are like this. It just, my hands just don't feel good. They're supposed to be worn in. I understand the concept, but I just don't like them at all. But that actually wasn't sent to me by them. I bought these, like a normal person through the bike shop. So that one doesn't really count. The Odyssey Brock Rayfords, I'm getting those again. Those are my favorite grips. I've been riding for years. They're fire. All right, the next, I believe I have the Odyssey Highway bars. Maybe not. I don't know. They're 9.5 rise. So I don't exactly remember the name of the bars, but I wanted 9.25 because I feel like when I have too tall of bars, whenever I go to, like, if it's too high, I don't have as much pulls, if that makes sense. So if the bars are up here, I have less room to go down and pull up, but if my bars are down here, I can go down farther and pull up, because a lot of my tricks, like hop whips and stuff like that, I need more pull. So I did end up getting 9.5 rise, although I was originally going for the Summit Sim. The Summit Sim, if you don't know, it's really close in reach and it's really tall. And I did not want a tall stem and tall bars. My friend Dylan rides that. He loves that stuff. I absolutely hate it. I just too tall. I lose all my pop. It's harder to hop whip for me. It's less comfortable. So what I did is I got the Odyssey Brock Rayford stem. It's a little bit farther of a reach, which I don't like. The Summit has a 48mm reach, which is better for bar spins because if the stem is shorter, that means it's less of a diameter that the bar is going to spin. So theoretically, if you're doing bar spins, it's going to stay tighter in a tighter circle, so it's going to spin faster. It's less likely to hit your knees. anything like that. But this, I believe, is a 51 or 52, so it's not that far off, but it's not great. But it's not as tall. It's more of a straight, you know what I mean? So that's why I picked that one, because it was decently short reach and it wasn't super tall. I don't know the exact specs on it. Like I said, this bike was greatly helped out with Full Factory, so they kind of knew what I wanted. I didn't really research the parts or anything because, you know, they know me, they knew it, and they nailed it so far. Sunday, the Gary Young grips, I do not recommend that. By the way, most of these parts, so I don't know if you guys know this, I have an Amazon BMX store, like the world's first Amazon storefront on the website. Links in the description. You can pick up most of these parts, I believe, besides the frame. Down below, and it is an affiliate store, so if you purchase anything, it'll not only help out the company I represent, but it'll help out me personally, so I appreciate that very much. If you ever need any bike parts, go check out my BMX store. Anyway, moving down, we have the Odyssey R25 forks. I rode R32s for like most of my BMX career. Favorite forks, probably never gonna ride anything else unless they come out with something. But then, Full Factory, and then the bike shop are like, you need 25s, you do a lot of nollie bars, you like to do a lot of nose manuals, a lot of stuff like that. So they'll say, the 25s is a steeper offset, it's a 25mm offset versus the 32 offset. So that means the front wheel is more under you, so it's easier to get up on top of. And I don't really know why you would want anything that's, the 25s is perfect for me. I've rode 13 offsets, I've rode the flatland forks that have it straight down. 25 is perfect. I wouldn't even bother with the 32, just go to 25. It's just gonna help you with anything on your front end. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. I love them. They're, actually, they do make a difference. You wouldn't think that that little difference in millimeters make a difference. It makes a difference, so go ahead and invest in the 25s. I've just got the Odyssey Pro integrated headset. I've never noticed a difference in headsets. I've broken a handful and I've broken Odyssey. You know, it's just something that goes over time. We've got the, we'll save the frame for last. I don't know what the wheels are. It's an Odyssey Hazard Light rim to a, it's some Odyssey hub. For me, wheels don't really make a difference as long as I have a strong rim and a reliable hub. There's no geometry difference in that. It's a 20-inch wheel, you know, that's what I'm gonna ride, that's what you're gonna ride, so. Odyssey, I have 4.5-inch pegs, so 4.5-inch pegs. The wheel may not make a difference, but the pegs do. So theoretically, the pegs are longer. And at first, I wanted 4.25 pegs because it's a little bit shorter, but they're still decent. This is the longest pegs I've ever ridden. I thought like maybe for tail whips, blowing off the back end, that my feet would get stuck, but it's really not that much of a difference to really affect anything. The reason I like the longer pegs is because, let's say this is the rail, let's say this is the peg. If the peg is short and you're locked on, you have more room to slide off. If you have a longer peg, you're locked in, and even if you fuck up, you're still on the rail. So you lock in a lot easier. And even if you land sketchy off a crazy hop or something, your chances are still gonna get hooked on because you've got so much extra reach on those pegs. That's why I ride the longer pegs. Moving back, we got the Odyssey Thunderbolts. Don't get the Calibers, get the Thunderbolts. They're just a little, like $10, $20 more expensive. Honestly, I can't tell you why, but they said that they're just made different, and I said that I wanted the Calibers because you just save them some money, but they said, nope, you're getting the Thunderbolts. I was like, all right, bet. I have the 165, so I used to ride 175, then I went down to 170, and I ride 165. 165 is the best because your natural feet position, if you're standing, your feet are obviously like, you know, shoulder length apart, you know, they're like this. Naturally, you're not gonna walk around town like, you know, like that, you're not gonna gallop. So the closer your feet are together, the more of a natural position that your body is standing. Therefore, it feels better for spins. You know, your feet aren't as far apart. You're tighter together, so you're better for spins, better for hops, better for manuals, anything like that. It's just more of a natural position. Not to mention that they're good for crank flips. I don't crank flip, but because they spin around because they're shorter, and they do make a difference. I noticed a huge difference between the 170mm and the 165mm. Highly recommend the short ones. Great for street, great for anything like that. I absolutely love them. And moving down, I have the 28-tooth sprocket. 25-tooth, I feel like when I pedal, I'm just pedaling and I'm just getting nothing from my crank. I don't like 25-tooth. I like the big, clean sprocket. I don't ride a chain guard because, you know, I never really hit my chain, knock on wood. But I just think it's a big, clean look. I think it's beautiful. It just makes the bike fit the vibe of the bike. So I like the 28-tooth because you get more for your crank. It's cleaner looking. I don't like pedaling and nothing happening. I like the big 28-tooth. Nothing bigger, nothing smaller. I'm never gonna change that up. I found that out when I was younger in my BMX career, and that is definitely what I've stuck to because I like it. Just a regular Odyssey seat. It's not too skinny, not too fat. I think it's the Slugger. What other significant parts? The back wheel, okay, it's the same rim, Odyssey Hazard Light, but the back hub is the Odyssey Clutch V2. Now the V1 I've destroyed. I've had two V1s, destroyed them both in a very short period of time. terrible hub. I didn't like it. They promised me the V2 was different. I ride much harder. I have much higher skill level now. Have had zero problems with it. This clutch V2 is fantastic. Dylan got one on the same hookup as I did, blew it up in less than 3 months. His coaster must have just been a fluke. It destroyed it. Caleb, he's riding one. His is doing fine. Speaking of Caleb,
What the fuck you doing?
I'm literally filming right now, and your face is frozen, and you look like a dumbass. I'm working! So are you! You're at Subway right now!
What?
You're at Subway, we're both working. What are you doing FaceTiming me? Oh god, you work at the Walmart one?
Yeah, bro, here, this is the talk, say what up.
What's going on, man? How you put up with this fucking guy, dude? Oh my god. I'm sorry, that call lasted way too long. I gotta wrap this up because my friend's in the hospital right now and I wanna go fuck with him and vlog it, so. Alright, anyway, the clutch V2 I think is what I was talking about. Worked out perfectly for me and Caleb. I think Dylan just got a fluke. And his whole deal was kind of weird. I had a beautiful experience. Everything I wanted, the perfect parts, got sent to the bike shop while I was on vacation in Mexico. The bike shop sent me a picture of a fully complete bike, so when I got back from vacation, it was ready to go. Then me and Dylan took a trip to North Carolina. It was perfect. When Dylan ordered his bike, they sent him the wrong frame and a terrible free coaster, which is bad because it's like a $400 frame mix-up, and then it's a $300 wheel that doesn't work. Anyway, so let's continue. I have the Odyssey Path Pro tires. They are extremely squeaky, 2.4. I like the fatties. They look clean. I feel like they give me stability. I just love them. They're so fucking squeaky. I have the Odyssey, I think it's the Odyssey keychain because I ride my chain extremely tight because my favorite trick is the tail whip, so I'm always tossing them like crazy. And one day I was at the skate park and it was so tight, the chain was literally, I see a link was about to blow up. It was the master link. So I go to my friend Trent, who is he works at Midwest fucking terrible name, a bike shop in downtown Kansas City where I live. And he said, oh, you don't need a chain breaker. They just take Allen's. So I literally fixed my chain. I've done this 4 times already because I ride it it's my fault. I ride it stupid tight. You just stick an Allen key in there and that's your chain breaker. It takes Allen's. It's so cool. So if you need to add links, take links out, they just take Allen's. It's awesome. It's so smooth. It's so perfect. I love it. It is a half link chain, which I could have sworn I requested a full a half link, but they sent me a full length. It's okay. I don't know. I didn't really have much opinion on it. But I ended up loving the chain. Super strong, super beefy, and it has that awesome technology. The Odyssey Twisted PCs, hate those pedals to be honest, but I got the Pros. I didn't know the Pros were a thing at the time because I rode BSD pedals for so long, which now they're under full factory, so that kind of makes sense. But they're the Pros, so they're bigger. So they have a bigger platform, and I hated the PCs because they were tiny. And my foot, here's the pedal, my foot would just go like that. It would just talk all over it because it was so small. But these are bigger and they feel much better. So that is an in-depth review of everything I like, I don't like, the changes I've made, the reason I ride the certain geometry. Fuck! What about my frame? Okay, to be honest, Sunday, the newest frame in Notepad Yellow, it's got like a 13.5 back end. It's shorter than the old ones, but long enough so I could still shred some park. Perfect geometry, I love it. I don't really know the exact specs. They just said it's perfect for your riding style. I'm never going to another frame. I'm gonna ride Soundwave for as long as I can. And it's got lifetime warranty, so if I break it, they're gonna replace it in the newest color, or I get hooked up, so I'm just gonna, get the new color that I like. Anyway, this has been the review, the kind of in-depth bike check, so you guys know like what to look for when buying bike parts, my opinions on certain bike parts, and hopefully you took something away from this, no matter what it is. So anyway, I gotta go pick up my friend from the hospital. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I need 10 so I can look at the snakes and poses. I need 10 cause bottom head is non-disclosure. I need 10 so I can live with a peace of mind without niggas taking a piece of mine.